Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series. Tonight we are heading to the Spielberg Forests in Austria. We're heading to the Red Bull Ring for the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's a sprint weekend, so 2 races tonight. A quick one and then a slightly longer one, and we do have some weather that will potentially play a part in both qualifying and the sprint itself. It's going to be a very soggy Friday and Saturday, as you can see. Sort of medium rain on the Friday, so that's definitely going to affect practice and quali, I would imagine. Light rain forecast on the Saturday could only affect practice or the sprint, or maybe a little bit of both, but yeah, definitely going to be some wet weather shenanigans going on tonight, but it will be dry for the race on Sunday. We do have a few new bits on the car, if I remember rightly. We've got our brand new underfloor on the car, our new underfloor 3. So let's just have a quick check. Both are running the C3 chassis. Let's put the new front wing on. Go. That'll help with our downforce. Both are on the new rear wing. Both are on the most up-to-date side pod. There's the new underfloor that we have yet to try, along with the new front wing. And there is the suspension with a couple of spares as well. So we have a couple of spare suspensions, a couple of spare front wings, and a spare chassis. Hopefully, we will not get stuck with a big bill for emergency manufacturing if we have a problem at some point this weekend. You never know. It's time to see as well how our car actually looks compared to the rest of the grid. Now we've got that new underfloor and new front wing on, and it looks pretty damn good. The speed has improved a bit. There's a little bit still to find, but we are now slap bang in the middle of the pack speed wise. Acceleration's still pretty good. DRS is still pretty strong, but look at our downforce levels now. 3rd, 1st, and 2nd. That's a big improvement. And we're 9th in dirty air as well. That's a nice little boost there too. So that is really going to help us, especially around this particular track and Silverstone, which is the next race, tomorrow's race. Those 2 tracks will definitely benefit from the much improved downforce levels. And then after Silverstone, we go to Hungary, another track where we are really going to benefit from those improved downforce levels. So, yeah, if we can just get a little bit more straight line speed or a little bit better DRS in the car, I think we are looking very, very strong. So let's set some targets for tonight. No super sponsors tonight, unfortunately. So back to just making regular amounts of money. Boo. But at least we've got that upgrade in for our factory now. That will take a long time to come. It's still over 3 months away, but it will be good to finally get that upgrade in. Let's see. The incentive is 1 car into Q2. We should be getting both cars comfortably into Q3 tonight, as long as we don't get caught with traffic. We are going to go 2 in the top 10. Go. Fastest lap is the incentive. Hopefully we'll get that, but that will obviously be on Sunday, not Saturday. And let's go for 2 in the top 10. Finish position, again, could argue that's a little conservative, that we could go higher than that, but I just want to make sure that we are getting money in, you know, on a consistent basis, rather than gambling for the really, really big money and then not getting it for whatever reason. Finish position streak, 1 in the top 15 for 2 races. That's going to be an easy one to complete. I'm pretty sure of that. We'll set a new quali streak. Let's go 2 in the top 12 for 5 races. Just again, to give us a little bit of leeway, just in case we have a bad qualifying in that streak. There we go. We are set with our targets. We have got some spare parts still coming, another couple of underfloors and 1 more front wing. Beyond that, there isn't really anything else we need to make just yet. Maybe a spare extra chassis wouldn't be a bad idea, especially since they take 10 days to do. Let's get one of those going. And then we've got 2 slots here available for new research / development. We will be attacking that after the Austrian Grand Prix. We are a week away from getting a new ATR period as well, so we'll probably hold off until that goes through, and then we'll get some new bits in here. How you doing, Mr. Water? How you doing, Victor? Good to see you guys. Let's head to Austria.
Welcome along to the spectacular setting of Austria. Set in the Austrian mountains, the Red Bull Ring offers fantastic views and thrilling racing. Originally built in 1970, the circuit has been part of the F1 season in its current format since 2014. Spielberg's challenges are all about overtaking. The DRS zones here mean passing is very possible, especially if your tyres are in a better condition than the next cars. But get caught out having to manage less than fresh tyres? You could be a sitting duck.
This time, teams have 2 races to contend with, as a sprint race will decide the starting order for the weekend's Grand Prix.
So, let's get back to the racing.
Dog quacks like a dog. It's an F1 car being overtaken at Austria, apparently. Right, let's get these cars set up. We have got very little time to get the cars prepped. I'm going to go with mediums in this session and keep my fingers crossed that we can actually get good running and the weather isn't going to be too much of an issue. Let's see. So for Spielberg, we want 23 laps of fuel. And setup wise, let's go with a 5, a 13.5, a 3.7, a 2.8. And a 0 for Isaac's car. Let's swap out some parts. We'll go with that. And we'll go with that gearbox. There we go. Right, moving on to Ollie's car. Again, we're going to go medium tyres. 23 laps of fuel. Swap out the parts. Down to 74% on the engine. That still should be good enough for tonight. But I may well put a new one in for Silverstone. I'm not sure yet. Might stick with the same one for Silverstone as well. And then setup. We'll go slightly different on this one. Let's go with a 5.5, a 13, a 1.9, a 3.05 and a 0.9. There we go. And we'll send them out. Let's check the weather. Ooh, it's going to be very wet. See if we can get in some good running before that hits. There we go. So we're getting a little bit more information on the ongoing Red Bull Adrian Newey saga. Apparently Newey's lawyers are in the middle of negotiating an early exit from his contract. He's contracted to the end of 2025 and is believed to have a 12-month gardening leave clause attached as well. So that would mean effectively, if he were to have to sit out the contract, then he wouldn't be able to go anywhere till 2027. And obviously he wants to be there in time at a new team so that they can work on the 2026 regulations. So he would need an early release from his contract and probably maybe a slightly reduced gardening leave as well. It is expected that the announcement will come maybe Thursday. Certainly probably at Miami this weekend. There hasn't been an announcement so far, and there won't be one tomorrow because Newey wants to respect the date of tomorrow. Tomorrow, if you are unaware, is the 30th anniversary of Ayrton Senna's death, May 1st, 1994. So obviously Newey was very much involved in that. He and Patrick Head were eventually cleared of manslaughter charges over the failure of the Williams car. So don't expect an announcement tomorrow, but there may be one on Thursday. Obviously, Ferrari are favourites to sign him. They have tried and failed in the past on 2 occasions over the years to sign him. Aston Martin have reportedly offered him a contract which has already been turned down. Toto Wolff has said that he is just a spectator watching from the side, with curiosity like a fan. Has no intention of trying to sign Newey. Obviously, Zach Brown has come out and also said he's not going to sign Newey. He's happy with the way that his design team is set up. I doubt there are any other teams that would be appealing to Newey. Like I said, I'm almost certain he's going to go to Ferrari. He's been wanting to work with them in the past. He's lamented on the fact he's not been able to work with Ferrari. He's also lamented on the fact he's not been able to work with Hamilton and Alonso. And going to Ferrari ticks 2 of those boxes straight away. So it's the most logical choice. And I'd like to see him go to Ferrari as well. I'd like to see Ferrari regain, real championship form again. Had a soft spot for Ferrari, since I was a kid, partly because it's Ferrari. What kid growing up of my age didn't have a Ferrari F40 and a Lamborghini Countach poster on the wall, or a Lamborghini Diablo? But the Ferraris were just glorious cars of the era. The F40, the Testarossa, they were the 2 poster cars that everybody had up on their bedroom walls, myself included. And Mansell drove for Ferrari for 2 years as well, in '89 and '90. So that also kind of plays into. That's a lockup for Isaac. That also kind of plays into it a bit as well. How you doing, Baron? Good to see you tonight. So yeah, I'd like to see Ferrari return to winning ways.
You happy with the car?
That is not good. 75%.
Copy that.
Call Ollie in. And 74%. Ugh. I might have to swap their strategies, their setups over. We'll see. 3 mil of water on the track. It's quite soggy. It's going to stay damp for a while as well. So that is going to be a 13.5. Let's go with a 4.5, 13.5, a 2.8. I don't think a 3 is going to be enough, but we'll see. We drop that to a 0.3. That might be a bit too much, but that is a setup that's in my book. There is also a 4. 13. Oh no, it's a 13. We'll go with that one. We'll see if that works. We can always tweak the toe if we need to. And let's add in extra fuel just in case we do get it right. Let's go 30 laps of fuel. Here comes Isaac. And he's going to be a 13 rear wing. So what was the setup that we had? It was a 5.5, 13, a 1.9, a 3.05 and a 0.9. It's too much. It's not that then. Okay, let's look at a 413.19, 3.25 and a 0.95. That's a little bit more realistic. It could also be a... I know, it probably won't be that. Well, it might be. No, I think it's more likely to be the other way. So, what's it? 413, 3.3, and a 0.95. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll see how that works. And again, we'll put some extra fuel in just in case we do get it right, so we can maximize time on track. We're going to have to tough out the wet weather. We need the track time here. Partly just to get the track knowledge up, partly also to try and get as much car part knowledge as we can from both of our drivers, with 2 new parts on the car this weekend. And we will reminisce on Senna and his legacy tomorrow during the practice sessions. So if you've got any Senna stories you want to discuss, save them for tomorrow. Any questions about Senna, again, we'll go through all that tomorrow to mark and pay respects to his the 30th anniversary of his death. Right, rain has stopped. That's good. We're on the right tyres now.
And
95%, that's pretty good.
I'm getting keep it like it is. Yeah, copy that.
We'll call him in and have a quick look. %. Again, we'll call him in and have a quick look. If it's just a wing change, then we can get that done very easily with minimal delay to getting him back out again. If it's anything other than a wing change, then it's going to take about 4 or 5 minutes. Damn it. Lost a bit of time there. So, it is not a wing change. I'm inclined to think it's just going to be something simple. Might be that. But I don't think it is. I think it's probably going to be something like that. Let's see, 15 minutes left. It's going to take 4 minutes. Let's put 10 laps of fuel in the car. Evening, Anthony.
Okay, we're coming now to the pit.
That's a little bit trickier. Let's go with a 5, 13, 5, 2, 8, 2.95 and a 0.25. That isn't going to change anything except for the front wing. Not that then. How about a 2.9, 0.15? That's not going to do it. 0.2 looks good on the braking stability. That could be it. Let's try that. Again, drop them down to just 10 laps of fuel. Norris got taken out in the first corner by Zhou. Where's that, Jeddah? Alright, we got some partial feedback. Mick, looking quick. Needed to look quick after the disaster of Canada for AlphaTauri there. Right, time for sprint quali.
Qualifying is coming up, and we're close now to finding out how the drivers will line up on the grid for the sprint.
Just like a normal race qualifying session, drivers will battle it out for their starting grid positions. But this time, it'll be for the upcoming sprint. There's a huge gulf in quality between them and their teammate right now. There's no way that they're not feeling the pressure of that.
Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
Alright, so what partial do we have? It's not good enough. Just click it in by 1 and hope. That's still not good. Go with that. And gamble. Good parts. Let's go with that engine. That ERS. That gearbox. Okay. This is weather dependent, of course. Okay, we've got time for 2 flying laps before the rain hits. Good stuff. Evening, Dino.
Work as much as you can on brakes and tires. Copy.
And the whole field's coming out. There's going to be a lot of people getting a slipstream boost here. Which Alpha Tauri is that behind Maloney? Schumacher. Schumacher would be on for a nice slipstream here. Piastri might get a decent one off Norris. He'll get one off Verstappen. Yeah, lots of slipstreams available. Maloney's going to get a really good slipstream off the back of that Ferrari as well.
Clear ahead.
So Verstappen could be in trouble. Because he's at the head of that little 3-car queue. He's not going to get a slipstream himself, but he's going to be giving it to the cars behind him. There's going to be a same with Leclerc as well. Leclerc is leading a little train of 4 cars. So drivers who are at the front of those little trains are going to find themselves way down the order. Not where I want to make the move. You'll lose too much ground. There's where I want to make the move. Pull over, pull over, pull over, pull over, pull over. Not pulling over. Now he's pulling over in the wrong pissing spot. Norris is quickest. Max is 7th, so he has managed to avoid getting completely obliterated. But Leclerc is in trouble. Leclerc is currently in the drop zone. Both of the Ferraris in the drop zone as well, because they were at the heads of little queues. Ajar's in real trouble. He needs to find an improvement here. think he might still just be close enough. He is improving. And he goes up into second place. We're going to get a load of cars coming back out again for one final attempt. Rain in 4 minutes. I'd like to think that Ollie is safe. Don't really want to have to run the tyres again. They're down to 86%.
We're ready to the box.
And now we are committed to sitting in the garage. There's too much traffic out there that would mess up our outlap and then our flying lap as well. So we'll just have to see what happens to who. Leclerc is the one we want to keep an eye on. He is very much in risk at the moment. He should improve, but again, he's not getting a slipstream, and he might be giving one possibly to, is that Ocon? It is Ocon. It's already quick enough as it is. There's a fair few drivers out there who aren't going to improve because they had a slipstream on their first lap. Stroll is out. Stroll has not done enough. So that's our first casualty. And Leclerc gets up to 8, so he's safe. That puts Giovinazzi in the drop. Giovinazzi is still on a flying lap. Gasly is out. Magnussen is out. Tsunoda's at risk. Potentially so is George Russell as well. Giovinazzi just gets through, knocks out Yuki Tsunoda. I can't see Belichak's doing enough. Or he's got a little bit of traffic. I can't see him doing enough. He might be out. Rain's falling. That's going to hurt his final sector. He improves his time, but not his position. Well, his position as well, but not enough to get out. He is in 19th. Stroll is last, and that's it. Sonoda, Gasly, Magnussen, Velajat and Stroll are out. And that Ferrari is starting the sprint at the very back of the grid. No one's improving. I'd be surprised if anyone actually goes out. Actually, no, I say I'm surprised. I won't be surprised if someone goes out, but no one's going to improve, so there's no point. And no one is going out. The AI actually recognising that fact for once. All right, Q2. See what's happening with the weather again. We're at 97%. That's pretty close. And we're at 100% with Oscar. So the changes we made there, definitely an improvement. We gained an extra 1% with Isaac. Can't grumble about that. Let's get them out on track. We'll pause and check the weather. We've got 5 minutes until it's going to rain. We've just got time for 2 flying laps. And we got them out first as well, which also helps.
Work on those brakes. Copy.
Right, taking manual control so we have a quicker cool down lap. And the ability to control their pace and switch them over more effectively. A lot less slipstreaming going on through the rest of the grid, but there is some.
Not need to overpush it. Copy. try to pick up a bit more pace.
Copy.
Oh, he's done it again. But we can control Behrman's pace to make sure that Ollie gets a really good slipstream. Isaac gets a really good slipstream even.
I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
Copy.
Oh, it's not much of an improvement, but it should be enough. Because the rain is now falling. We've done enough. Just. So Norris, who was blisteringly quick in the first session, thanks to that slipstream, is now out. Didn't get the slipstream he needed this time around. Giovinazzi, Piastri, Maloney, Norris and Zhou all out, and very fine margins between making it through and not. We were at very, very serious risk of not getting through. We just about pulled it out there, but we have got Hajar through, and the track is now sodden, and no one else is going to improve, even though they are going back out because they've only had the one run. So, a wasted exercise for Schumacher, Verstappen and Giovinazzi. There we go. Both cars into the top 10. Took a gamble by trying to do a 2-lap run on used tyres, just about paid off. Not going to be making that mistake in Q3. Starting on the dries. Let's go for the 2 laps again. Unless it's going to be dry all the way through, in which case we'll strip it down. Oh, we've got time for 1 flying lap, and that's probably about it. So this could be very tricky. Behrman's got the weaker engine, so we're going to have to give him the tow, I think. So Hajar's probably not going to qualify very well today, but he will be in the top 10. He'll be able to make places up during the sprint. I mean, I could have waited and tried to get them both out in the queue, but there's always a risk that we get stuck behind a car that's going to be slow and not really get the benefit that we need. Maybe I should have done that, who knows, but we are a little close here, actually. All right, so it looks as though Porsche is favourite for pole position. He's tucked up behind Schumacher. Or maybe Ocon, actually. He's tucked up behind one of the Red Bulls. Leclerc's a little bit of a gap, but Porsche is going to be quick. Porsche is going to be very quick. Hopefully we can do a good enough job with Behrman to get pole position here. We can at least control the pace of the sprint with one of our cars. It'll give the other one a chance to move through. And there is a possibility that rainfall towards the end might be enough for us to, might be dry enough for us to try and get an improvement on soft tyres. We'll see. So it's a 102.5. Is that going to be enough?
We'll be one at the moment.
It is just. Hajar's still got a good time. He's only a tenth off. I'm very pleased with that. What about Leclerc? He goes third. Ocon is 10th. Look at the gap. It's just 2 tenths separating first to 10th. That's an incredibly close qualifying. We took pole by 5 thousandths of a second, but Hajar in 5th, exactly 1/10, and then it's 100th, and then another 300ths, and then another nearly 300ths. Very, very small margins. First to 8th separated by just 0.17 seconds. 1700ths. That is very, very small margins.
Go right into the box.
And there's the rain. We will no doubt see some more cars coming out. There they go, on Inters. Dino says he never get why the AI do it, as it doesn't gain them anything except engine and tyre wear. The AI like to put in at least 2 runs where they can in each qualifying session. So if they've made 2 runs in the dry before it rains, you probably won't see them go out again, like we did in Q1. But if it's just 1 run, then they will inevitably, a couple of cars will go out and see if they can get an improvement. For absolutely no reason, because they're not going to. And there we go. That is qualifying done. Very short qualifying tonight because of the rain. But we have 1st and 5th. I was not expecting to be 5th. I thought Isaac would be 9th or maybe even 10th tonight. So that's a really good starting spot for our 2 drivers going into the sprint. Now we have second practice. We can't really do anything to improve the setup for Isaac without breaking everything else. So he's staying as is. We're going to put a lot of fuel in and see if we can just ride out whatever the weather's going to do. And try and get as much track knowledge as we can. And let's see if weather is going to affect practice or not. It's only going to be light rain today, so we might not see much, if any. And we're going to see some, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Yeah, we'll have to tough out that bit in the middle of the session, but it should be okay after that. We'll be slightly off the pace, but need that long continuous run to get the track knowledge nice and high and get the car park knowledge up as well, as much as we can. And here's where you can see where you lose a lot of pace. You can see the difference between our two drivers is about 0.4 of a second, despite difference to their powertrains. There you can see a 42% engine. It's only like 12% for Ollie. There you go, 12%. But it's the gearbox and to a degree the ERS that really hurt your acceleration when your car is worn, which is why, despite having a much better shaped engine, because the gearbox is so bad, that's why Hajar is so much slower right now. About 0.4 of a second a lap slower. So you can tough it out to a degree with a worn engine. You can't really with a really badly worn gearbox. That affects your acceleration more than anything else. And that's where you'll bleed the most lap time. We've got our car park knowledge up to about 80%. Here comes the rain. It's going to get very wet in a minute. And you can see how the line is changing compared to what we thought it was going to be. That's partly down to the fact that we've got a really crap weather centre right now. It's only level 2 and it's degraded a bit, so it's just 56% accuracy. Something we'll have to take into consideration when looking at when the rain is going to fall in the sprint. There we go, we've got our track knowledge up to around about 90%, car part knowledge up to about 86%, 87% by the time I get back to the garage. That's not bad. Oscar's showing some pace, but he's going to have a difficult race in the sprint from where he's starting. There we go, 90 and 86. So 92 and 93% confidence going into the sprint. That's pretty good. See how well we can do.
We're back and the action is set to get even better today as the drivers go racing in the sprint. Well, we're going racing a little earlier this weekend, with the sprint now set to define the starting order for the Grand Prix itself.
Points go to the top finishers in the sprint, and with no mandatory pit stops, it's all about the racing on the track.
So who will reach the peak and who has a mountain to climb here at the Austrian Sprint?
Softs or mediums? How many sets of each have I got? Let's have a look. I've got 4 sets of softs, 2 sets of mediums, plus an extra set for the race as well. I could go either way here and be fine. I think I'll go... Oh, hang on, we've got to look at the weather, haven't we? It's not going to rain, apparently. Alright, I think we'll split the tyres. Given the difference in starting position, we'll hedge our bets a little bit. Not going to put any extra fuel in. Let's see what we can do.
We're ready for 24 laps around the Red Bull Ring in what should be a great sprint.
Drivers certainly don't shy away from overtaking on this circuit, meaning we should be in for a hotly contested competition here in Austria.
A sprint victory and points up for grabs right here. Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint. It's lights out and away we go.
I didn't change any of the parts. Didn't change any of the strategies either. Oh dear. All right, well. I could have sworn I'd put the parts in. I was thinking I'd put the parts in because I swapped them over for quali. Ah, that's silly. There we go. If the parts weren't too badly worn, I would have just left them out, but there's no way they'd have been anywhere close to competitive. They'd have just both finished at the back of the grid. We'll keep strategy and everything the same. But, yeah. Whoops. And Victor says the car pass, yep.
We're ready for 24 laps around the red. Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint.
Try this again, shall we?
And it's lights out, and
Right,
away we
that's
go.
a much better start from Behrman. It's a decent start from Hajar as well. Got ahead of Verstappen. Tucked in behind Leclerc, might be able to get past Porsche. He does. Porsche's not using his DRS, so neither are we.
Insane.
There we go. What a start from Isaac. Into peak confidence already. Behrman's the only one on softs. Ooh, interesting. Porsche is going to fight back, so we've got to watch out for that.
Get on with it.
Copy.
Get ready. B1, B1. Let me over push it.
Copy. Game over.
Just do it. Do your best. Come on.
There we go. Comfortable position now. Sitting behind Leclerc. We'll keep an eye on the gap. Now, in the new game that's coming, a situation like this would be annoying Hajar. This would be hurting his what is it they're putting in to replace morale? I forgot the name of the stat that they're adding. Mentality. Yeah, this would be hurting his mentality because we wouldn't be letting him push past Behrman. And the fact that Behrman has dropped means we are going to let him have that move. And we'll get Behrman to tuck in behind. We'll swap them over. Oh, excuse me. Because we want to protect Behrman's tyres because he's the only one on the softs. And we'll get Hajar to push onto the back of Charles, whose tyres are definitely a bit toastier. And there we go, we're back in range. So, as I often do in the sprint races, my plan is just to sit behind for a bit, protect the tyres, gain a rubber advantage over the competitors, and then go for it towards the end. Lando finished 15th after making 3 stops. Not bad. I take it you were on a 2-stop strategy and then switch to a 3-stop. Don't forget, Lando is supreme at looking after his tyres. So, I mean, you could have gone... what tyres did you start on? Did you start softs? Or did you start mediums? So if you'd started mediums, you could have just gone soft to look after a set of those tyres and then been normal pace on the next set. That would have saved you about 20 seconds. Something to think about for the next race. You were going soft medium. Yeah, if you start on the softs and then you get an early safety car or the need to change tyres early on, yeah, that can throw things out of whack a little bit. Wait, shedded or shredded? This car's jacked, man. Roar. Both. Yeah, we're just controlling the pace right now. We're keeping Leclerc boxed in. Damn it, I didn't turn off the don't fight in time. That's meant he's dropped a place. He's dropped 2 places. He's stuck behind Porsche now. Let's get him back up there. His tyre temp will come back up just being in the dirty air. looks like Porsche is pushing a little bit as well. So we're in a good position tyre-wise. Behrman's tyre is better than most of the medium runners. Ajar's tyre is better than everybody else's. And they're slightly underperforming at the moment because the setting we've got them on, but that's fine because we're tucked up in that slipstream. So we're keeping good pace. We have actually managed to drop Max. And there goes Isaac. Although I think he's given Leclerc the DRS. Yes, he did. And Porsche as well. So Porsche might sneak through here too. No, cut that move off. And Max coming under pressure from George. Did he get him? Not quite. Stroll's got himself up to 17th, he's scrapping with Giovinazzi and has got that move done. So that Ferrari is on the move. Piastri's down in 15th place. What has happened to Oscar? We're almost at halfway in the sprint already. Still got a load of grip left in these tyres. Is this the sprint? Yes, it is.
Pick up the base.
Copy.
What team should you go with if you want to make a back marker or a title winner? Depends how much of a challenge you want. You know, if you want a real challenge and you're starting from season 1 and you're playing on the hardest difficulty, Haas, Alfa Romeo, those are the two toughest. AlphaTauri will give you a bit of a challenge as well. But whoever you start with, if you know what you're doing, you can take any team to the top. It doesn't really matter. It's just a question of how long it will take you. I'm trying to break away from Porsche, but I don't think I'm going to be able to.
To go faster.
Copy.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to, so we'll calm the tyres down again. We'll get Behrman through. Tyres are still good. Happy for Porsche to nip back in front. Allows me to get the battery recharged, calm those tyres down again, even save a little bit of extra fuel.
I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
Copy.
Come on, brake Leclerc, brake Leclerc. There we go.
Looking to over push.
Copy.
You've got to remember as well, whatever they're being paid at their current team, they're going to want probably substantially more. But depending on the driver, Russell will cost you a small fortune in wages if you try and sign him, as well as his buyout fee. But I think, if you want to have a really good team in terms of protecting tyres, you want to go for Gasly. Him and Norris together will open up so many one-stop strategy options for you because they're both supreme at looking after their tyres. Gasly will be cheaper, I think, as well than Ocon. Well, might be a little bit more expensive than Ocon, but I think he'll be worth it. Right, we're almost done boosting our car situation with Isaac. Behrman a little way to go still on the DRS. The Red Bulls caught back up again, no surprise there. Porsche's pace has really dropped off now that he's leading the pack with really bad tyres. Putting us under some pressure. Stroll now up to 14th. That Ferrari is fighting its way back through. Oscar's down to 16th now. Yeah, it's I don't know what's gone wrong at AlphaTauri since we left. Maybe it's because we left, but we left them in a really strong place. World champions in both driver and constructor, and they are just not performing this season.
Just focus on yourself now.
All right, Isaac is through. Verstappen has gone all the way through into second place. When there are reg changes and you have to vote, why don't we do the same with the schedule and you have to vote between two different schedules? They haven't had a library of extra tracks to go to. Plus, it's an official one-year game based on a year of the championship. So while there are some things that they're allowed to change, I don't know if they're allowed to change the track lineups outside of what that roster is for that season. Maybe as more versions of the game come out and new tracks pop up in the official calendar, like, obviously since the first one we added Vegas and this year China's back. Maybe if other races change in the future, we might get the option to maybe alter the calendar a little bit. It'd be nice, but I wouldn't expect anything like that to happen for a while. Because why are they going to divert all that time and resources into designing a track that isn't on the calendar, just on the off chance that someone might want to race on it? Because it's not just building the track, but it's also training the AI to race on that track as well. A lot of time, effort, and resources involved in something that might, isn't going to be available, straight away in the first season, and might not ever actually come up. So, yeah, I completely understand why it's not part of the game. It would be nice. I would love for that to be a thing, but it's just not. So. A lot of people forget that when you have a licensed game, there are going to be some things that you've got carte blanche to do with whatever you want, but there are going to be some things that you just cannot change because of the rules of the license that you've got. As part of the agreement that you signed, there are going to be some things that, are unchangeable. I wonder if proper helmet designs when changing teams will be a thing. I doubt it. Again, it's a lot of the helmets these days are themed around the team that someone drives for, with not just individual personal sponsors, but team sponsors, team logos slapped all over them. That's a lot of hassle to edit. What I would like to see is just every driver or every team has two distinct helmets for car, one for car 1, one for car 2. So that you've got an easy way at quick glance to identify the cars a little bit more easily, rather than the situation where we've got both drivers using the same helmet, which doesn't appear in the cutscenes. Both drivers use the alternate helmet in the cutscenes. It's a bit odd, but Right, let's go into neutral defense now. We are well positioned here. Isaac is in the lead. He's got plenty of tyre. And a full battery, just about. Behrman, some tyre. And a full battery. You've got the fire at the factory. Yep, that happens to me every season, as you know.
We need to push a bit more.
There you can see how well we've saved those tyres, so that we can now push very hard here at the end. got the don't fight on so we don't hit each other. Oh, Max could be under pressure from Porsche. Go on, Teo. Take Max off the podium. Well, I say the podium. He's not going to. Ah, it's a shame.
And try to go faster.
But it is going to be a sprint win for Isaac, who does need the points. Ollie's going to come home in second. We're going to have the front row for the sprint, for the feature race. There we go. Sprint is done and dusted. Job done. Maximum points.
The Alfa Romeo wins the sprint. A brilliant sprint win for the Alfa Romeo.
That was a fantastic effort. Really well done.
What a fantastic sprint win that was for the Alfa Romeo driver.
And what a well-deserved P1 finish that was. Absolutely outstanding.
So, confirmation of the sprint result. It is a win for Isaac. Ollie in second, ahead of Max in third. Porsche down to fourth, Leclerc in fifth. Russell stays sixth. Maloney up 6 places to start in seventh in the main race. Gets 2 points. Sainz gets the last point for the sprint. And the McLarens both will gain a couple of places each, ready for the main race. Looking a bit further down, bad race for Schumacher, down 4 places. Bad race for Oscar, down another 2. And Stroll up from the back of the grid to start in 14th. In the main race. Gasly all the way down in last place.
Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
4 years on from the circuit being renamed to the Red Bull Ring, Max Verstappen became the first driver to bring an eponymous car to victory here in 2018.
Going into this race, what do you make of Pierre Gasly's chances and his mindset at the moment?
I think they've got a good opportunity here to show their team just what they can do. They'll be pushing the car as much as they can at a circuit like this and hoping for a good result.
And this is the moment where it all comes together. So prepare for another thrilling race here at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Okay, strategy. We are going to go soft, medium, soft, I think. Potentially going to go soft, medium, medium. Going to try and look after the softs in the first stint where we can. Probably look after the mediums a little bit as well. I am going to throw in some extra fuel. Again, we're going to push hard on the first couple of laps and then calm things down. Can we convert a 1-2 start to a 1-2 finish? It would be nice. Let's go to the grid.
Here among the Austrian mountains, the grid is now set for the 71 laps of the Red Bull Ring. The Alfa Romeo driver knows this could be a good chance to prove themselves.
They start in P1, but will they be able to stay there? The first corner could be so crucial.
But let's see what today has in store, shall we? The crowd are ready, the cars are ready. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go!
All right. Not the greatest of starts, but not horrendous. Again, the AI is going to be pushing their tyres hard, very hard at the start. We're just taking a little bit easier, not much, but a little bit. You see Max's tyres already dropping down, as are Ocon and Norris's. They're going full push, we're going medium push. You need to watch more of my streams. When do I stream? Monday to Friday. Every night, Monday to Friday, usually, from 8 PM in the UK. There's a whole back catalogue of F1 Manager content for you to have a look at. Just on F1 Manager 23, we did 2 seasons with Mercedes and then about half a season with McLaren before they patched in the hard mode. So we then did Hardcore, which is the current series. And we started from day one again, went to AlphaTauri, put some additional extra rules in to follow. And we did 5 seasons with AlphaTauri. And this is our first season with Alfa Romeo. This is season 6 of Hardcore mode. And we are doing very well. A lot better than I was expecting us to do at the start of this 6th season. And if you want to go back to F1 Manager 22, there's 3 seasons of Williams, there's a season and a half or so, maybe 2 seasons of Haas, before we ditched the Haas stream to focus on Williams. And then there's an Aston Martin Challenge Mode series where, again, I think we did 3 seasons with that. So there's a whole back catalogue of F1 content, of F1 Manager content. But they're all live streams, with the occasional little short video if there was a problem with the stream. So everything should be in the playlists. So if you go on the playlist page, you'll find everything there. Alright, so we're into tyre saving mode now. Nicely positioned at the moment in the slipstream with the DRS. Just look after the tyres a little bit more so that later in the stint we'll have the grip advantage to really try and take advantage and pull away a little bit. We haven't really used the batteries that much either, so we don't have to do too much in the way of harvesting. We could just leave them in top up like this for now. But I'm quite content to just leave them where they are for now. Let's have a look a bit further down. Stroll's in 13th place, so he's gained another spot. Russell's still in 6th, hasn't improved yet. No real changes. further down the grid. Maybe Schumacher's gained a spot. Belichak's is already dropping off the back. Gasly's got himself up 3 places. He is up into 17th now. But he's got a little bit of a way to go to catch up to the defending champion Oscar Piastri. And that is a yellow flag. That's a Ferrari off its Stroll. Stroll's had a big crash / lockup.
A crash! There's been a crash!
That is Albon. Oh! Damage to both cars. Albon gets going reasonably quickly. Or not. But, yeah. Stroll completely screwing himself over again. But somehow Stroll is ahead of Albon. Not quite sure what happened there. Let's check the damage. Doesn't look to be any damage on the Aston. That we can see anyway. Look, might be a bit of front wing damage on Stroll. And it's Albon who got the penalty. And yeah, a little bit of front wing damage there to Stroll. They both hurt their tyres a little bit as well. As we cut back to the front. Let's just get those batteries fully topped up. And look at the difference in our tyre wear already against Max. Pourchaire's going to rocket through as well. Okay, Pourchaire is pushing a little bit. Got past Hajar and Max to take the lead, but now he's going to be giving up the DRS to Verstappen. We're actually in danger of getting dropped here, so let's just up the tyre pace just a little bit, just to make sure we stay in range. There we go. Put the batteries into neutral now. Okay, so a little look further back. Maloney's got himself up to 6th, fighting side by side with Russell. Oh, it's a yellow flag. There we see Norris going very wide. Gets back on track, but has lost a huge amount of ground. And is going to be very vulnerable to Sainz now.
Now here, we're taking turn 6. And they just can't keep on the track. And they'll find themselves at a disadvantage if they keep on doing that.
So expect to see Sainz getting past Norris very quickly here. Although Sainz is having to drive defensively against Schumacher behind him. And Norris might be using battery to try and pull away, catch back up again. Yeah, Norris is pushing to try and catch back up. Very crowded at the front here. This little 5-car train has broken away from Russell and Maloney by about 3 seconds now. And Norris dropping back has created another big gap as well. Let's start. Think about moving forward a bit if we can.
Copy.
And we've managed to drop Leclerc. Tyres is the odds on mediums. Oh, it's getting a little feisty. Max will get through. Isaac will get through up the inside of Porsche. There we go. And now Ollie's going to have a look at the inside, maybe. No, he's still going to stay tucked up behind. Isaac, though, is going to have a look at Max. And that's going to give Max the DRS. So let's use some battery to try and make sure that we don't drop back behind Porsche again. Go. Tyres out of the temperature window, but they are looking very nice. Going to turn the tyres up now. Get ready to start thinking about making a break.
I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
Copy.
Try to get him. Get him.
There we go, rocketing past Porsche. Big question now is, can we pull away from Max through this second and third sector? Hopefully we can. We're putting a lot of pressure on him as well with Ollie. That'll slow him down. And there we go, Hajar is away. So now we are going to slow down Ollie, get him charged back up, and then do the same with him in a couple of laps. There we go. Got a 2-second gap. Can we keep it? Max is pushing again. He's trying to break away from us and close the gap back up. It's going to leave Ollie a little vulnerable. Yeah, Max is trying to close that gap. Let's not let him if we can. Keep the 1 second, keep the 1 second. There you go. Didn't get the DRS. That's what we wanted to see. Now we drop Porsche as well. Max is going to keep pushing, I think. We've got tyres to spare. Let's keep that tyre pace up. Is rain forecast? Not for the race, no. No rain on the Sunday. So this is a straight slick tyre battle. Yeah, Max is trying to close that gap.
So let's pick up the pace.
And Porsche was caught back up again. Ollie has 2 wins so far this season. Isaac yet to get one, apart from obviously the sprint. So we might let Isaac try and compete for the win tonight. We have kind of favoured Ollie a little bit. He's generally been in a better position in terms of car parts. But yeah, I think this might be Isaac's night tonight.
Nothing's over, pushing.
Copy.
Porsche trying to take advantage of the fact we were in harvest mode there. And he has. He's on a push. All right. We'll just stay tucked up. And Max is into the pits. Max has boxed early. Earlier than I was expecting. What tyres is he going on to? Mediums. All right, we're going to keep hammering these tyres like this for another few laps. We'll box Isaac first. Porsche is definitely on a bit of a charge. He's going to be boxing around a similar sort of time, maybe. Actually, his tyres are looking pretty good. Where is Max? Max is down behind Sonoda. Porsche has got through. Let's use that opportunity to recharge. Oh, yellow flag. Is that someone just running wide? Yeah, just someone running wide.
And if we watch Magnussen, and that's where they
Oh, is that
slightly
Porsche
run off
down
the
in
track.
19th place
And you
now?
really
Or is that
can't
Schumacher
do
having
that
just
too
stopped?
often with these cars.
Not Porsche, sorry, Piastri. It's Porsche, it's Piastri. Is he stopped or is he just really slow right now? He's stopped. So Max is already now past Sonoda by a couple of seconds. Giovinazzi boxes, that was the next car Max was coming up to, so he's not going to get a slipstream off the back of Giovinazzi. That means he's going to come under pressure from Sonoda. Joe has boxed and come out in front of Max. No, he hasn't come out in front of Max. He was just slow through that corner. Thought he was coming out the pits. Just looked a little quicker than he was. That's right. He looked slower than he actually was. All right, we're going to box on the next lap.
box.
Copy, boss.
Try to pick up a bit more pace.
Copy.
Right, where is Max? Max is back up to 10th place, stuck behind Joe. 18 seconds. We're going to come out probably behind Sonoda. There's Leclerc with Maloney behind. Our pit crew is still terrible, but at least they've stopped making mistakes. They're just slow. There goes Sonoda. And we've got plenty of clear track behind. That's good. So we're about 5.5 seconds behind Max. Not surprising he's pulled out a little bit of a gap given that he's been on fresher tyres for several laps now.
Yep, copy that.
There's Maloney boxes from behind as well, and Schumacher's coming in. Good chance for Schumacher to maybe gain a place or two here. Get an undercut on a couple of the other medium runners. Oi, it's a 2.9. We're under 3 seconds. It's been a while since we've had one of them. And once again, we're out behind. Oh, actually, no. Behrman is out in front of Sonoda and Hajar there. Did not expect that. Gets the move done. Now Leclerc is in. We should get out in front of him. And now I've got that quandary of, do I really push hard to go after Max, or do I just let the tyres wear at a normal, natural rate, given that I want to go onto softs for the final stint and not knowing what Max is going to do with his tyres. He's got himself past Sainz. There he is. As Russell comes in. Russell's going softs. New fastest lap for Mick Schumacher, who's got ahead of Russell. And he's on soft tyres. So Schumacher now up against Ocon, and he's going to make quick work of him. He is definitely having a much better season than Oscar. So it seems AI Oscar, not great, even though we really boosted his stats through all that training. He's been struggling this year. All right, let's attack a little bit. Teo's in. Soft tyres for Teo. There goes our two drivers. Just saw the tops of their cars over the barrier. And there they are in the distance. And there goes Leclerc and Tsunoda and Maloney. And Ocon and Schumacher aren't too far behind. Just got to get those tyres up to temperature quickly. Ajar has closed the gap down quite significantly to Max and Sainz. Sainz is going to be probably boxing this lap. And you can see already Max's tyres at 75%. He's probably going to have to go mediums again, or maybe even hards for his final tyres. We're planning on going with softs. And there goes Sainz into the pits. So that'll take a little bit of pressure off Max. He's been having to drive defensively. But it's a new fastest lap. And we were 2 seconds quicker than Max on that last lap. And now we're going to use Ollie to attack. So we can spread the wear. Gap down to 2.3 seconds. Just like that, we are on to the back of Max Verstappen. Problem for Tsunoda at the pits. Going to drop him down a little bit.
Not need to overpush it.
Yeah, copy.
Now Ollie takes the fastest lap. And once again, we'll let Max do the heavy lifting. We'll rebuild our car, batteries, etc. And then at some point we'll try and break away from Max. Leave him behind a bit. Porsche is charging right now, 104.7. Sounds like an old FM station. Tell you a Porsche on 104.7 FM. Yeah, he's on those softs, and he's going to use them to good effect. He's bringing Leclerc with him as well, so we'll have to watch out for that. Don't want to get caught up with them in the mix as well. Oh man, Max has really pushed those tyres hard. Let's see if we can break away.
Okay, we need to push a bit more.
With Behrman, while he's in good shape like this. Spare fuel, spare tyres, a bit of extra battery. Joe's second Piastri. Joe and McLaren doesn't seem to be a good combination. It seems there's always contact with Joe in the first corner for you there, Anthony. He's a flipping idiot. Now, Silverstone wasn't his fault. Yes, he flips. He wasn't the idiot. Right, Behrman's broken away. We're about ready to do the same with Hajar. Let's try and wait for our moment. Get him on the exit of turn 3. Ah, damn it. Max got the DRS. So we'll wait another lap. Leclerc's got in front of Porsche. They're now less than 2 seconds behind us. And closing. Need to make this move soon. Yeah, Max's tyres really suffering. He's going to get the move done here. So we'll just have to push early.
Insane.
All right, should be able to break away through the second and third sectors here. There we go. And we did that just in time because Leclerc's now only just over a second behind Max. 104.8, almost fastest lap territory there, but that's not bad for mediums with no real super DRS lap. We'll definitely take that later when we go on to softs. Get Hajar back through again. There we go. Let's get Bearman into don't fight mode. Both of our drivers in peak confidence now, which is exactly what we wanted. Tyre wear's not looking too bad. We've opened up a big gap to Max, who has Verstappen to Leclerc all over him. That's going to slow them down even more while they're fighting. I think Charles is going to go up the outside here. Max is going to get the DRS. He's got Porsche to contend with. He's not getting through here. Porsche's going to have a look. And that's Max down another place. So you've got to expect Porsche will get through here on Leclerc. Soft tyres and DRS should see him through. So he goes around the outside. Through he goes. Verstappen's in danger of getting dropped again if he's not careful here. Significant grip deficit to the cars he's chasing. Am I doing a one-stop? No, Adrian, I am not. I am doing a two-stop. If I win the Constructors' title, along with the drivers, will I switch teams? Well, I'm probably switching teams to Ferrari after this season anyway. That was initially the plan after building up AlphaTauri to where we did, was to then go to either Ferrari or Mercedes, because both of those teams were struggling a little bit and our managerial rating just wasn't high enough. So the success we're going to have this season, combined with Ferrari really suffering even more this year, means that we are hopefully going to be moving to Ferrari next season. Am I going to have enough points? Well, my target was 9th in the Constructors and we're 2nd, so yeah, I think we'll have enough points. We should. We're going to get our long-term objective done as well. So I'm expecting a 200-point jump in our managerial rating. So we'll be in the 600s, the low 600s. Ferrari wanted a 700 something last season, 730, 740, something like that. We were just short of Mercedes, who wanted 420. I think we were. 12 points, 18 points short of being able to join Mercedes, something like that. Maybe it's 412 and we're only 6 points short. Or 4 points short, but we didn't quite have enough. What are the standings? The in-game trackers don't work very well. They're a little bit buggy, so I'll show you afterwards. After the race, we'll have a look at the standings. All right. Let's switch the drivers over, so we can rebuild Hajar.
I'm trying to go faster.
Got to get him back into Bearman's range again. Just about made it. Leclerc is closing again. Max is hanging on. And those two behind swapping positions in the DRS straight is allowing them to catch up, which is frustrating, but expected.
I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
Copy.
This could be the lap Max gets dropped. Do I have a plan to do a crash gate? How do you mean by crash gate? Are you talking like 2008 in at Renault? You can't engineer a crash in this. The AI will just crash if they feel like crashing. You can't control them in that respect. Porsche has closed, unfortunately. That's frustrating. But his tyres are dying, so hopefully if we push again, we can break away from him. Make one of my drivers get a puncture. No, I don't want to do anything like that. Because in this, you lose an eternity in time. And you can't control where they're going to get the puncture either. If they get one puncture, it's entirely possible they'll get multiple punctures and then not even make it back to the pits. Break away from Porsche. Even out of the DRS again. There we go. We're coming up to lap someone. Is that Albon? It is. Porsche boxes. Hard tyres for Porsche and a bad stop, a really bad stop. So that takes Porsche out of the equation. What will I do if one of the Red Bulls goes for a one-stop? Drive quicker. We've got plenty of pace. We've been looking after the tyres to try and give us more opportunity to really push the softs for flying laps in the final stint. But looking at the tyre wear, they're not going to one-stop. Leclerc's got tyres worse than us. He might go softs at the end. I mean, I think he went mediums on the first stint as well. So Max is going to have to go mediums, maybe even hard tyres for the final stint, unless he drops right off the face of the earth pace-wise. we go, we've lapped Albon. Let's see. Oh, Norris is in. And Schumacher. Aston back to their 2022 pace. Yeah, this season's not been good for Aston. They were pretty decent last season. Gasly was challenging for wins in the second half of last season, but kind of fallen away again this year. Piastri coming in. Bad stop. And a bad afternoon goes from bad to worse for Oscar. Been a terrible couple of bad races. Am I playing any other games off air at the minute? Obviously I'm playing a lot of Helldivers, you know how much I'm enjoying that game. Been playing Fallout 4 on the PS5 the last few days as well. It's been out almost a week now. I've been having some fun with that. I've been frostpunking again recently. Enjoying some frostpunk. Just pooting around in endless mode. At some point I need to sit down and really go for that final trophy I need, but it's just such a difficult trophy. I just haven't got myself in the mindset to go for that. But that will be the platinum when I do get that one. And I will get it at some point. Nice to black Gasly as well. And Max is in. And he is going mediums. Good stop. We are close.
So let's pick up the pace.
Busy pit lane. Where can Russell come out? In 10th, in the points. What's the most crazy driver change I've seen? I'm not sure, actually. Not in this game. I've seen a fair few. I haven't seen anything truly crazy, really. Stroll to Ferrari is potentially surprising. In reality, that would be a shock, but in this game, not so much, because Stroll has a high overall rating, much higher than he deserves. So, yeah, not too surprising to see Stroll at Ferrari. Now, if Stroll had gone to Red Bull, that would have been a bigger shock. Did his dad make fund the making of the game? No. Otherwise, I think we would have had much more features. Right, Albon's in. Leclerc is going to be boxing soon. Lewis to Alfa Romeo. Oh, that is a strange one. But I'm only talking organic moves. I'm not talking like strange ones you engineer where, you sign somebody from a team and, that the driver that's being replaced ends up going to wherever the open seat is. Because you can do all sorts of really ridiculous things in that respect.
I need to overpush it.
Copy that.
Okay, box.
Copy, box.
New fastest lap for Kevin Magnussen on 104.1. We will beat that.
Trying to get him. Get him.
Built up a nice little lead over Charles Leclerc. Maloney's coming in on the same lap as us again. It's a 3.0. Again, slow but clean. We have eliminated most mistakes from our pit crew. But we certainly aren't going to be challenging for the pit stop competition. Our glorious run is coming to an end there. And Hajar's out in third place, just in front of Porsche. And Max. Excellent stuff. We'll let Porsche go through, just so we can warm the tyres up gradually.
We're running to the
In
box.
fact, actually, let's go for the flying lap. Get those tyres a little bit warmer. Charles is yet to box. Correct. Another 3.0. Times are starting to come down a little bit. We are now averaging a 3-second stop as opposed to like a 3.3. Oh, Max just pipped us. And that's a yellow flag. Oh, it's a VSC, and that is going to help Charles, dramatically.
Okay, so safety car, VSC. Watch for your Delta.
Ocon's out.
Copy.
Just dropped it on the exit of one, into the barrier.
What the was that, honestly? Ah.
Every time I hear him say that, I always think of Austin Powers. Who
Clearly
throws the
then,
shoe?
not what
Honestly.
everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
But yeah, that is really going to help Leclerc. You expect him to dive into the pits here. He might even get out just in front of Isaac, which would not be good. Stroll moment. You could argue it's a Latifi moment. Although there's more laps left, we can respond. So there is Leclerc going for the softs that I was expecting to put on, and he is going to get out in front of us. Damn it. But only just. Maybe we had a great strategy all planned and, yeah, turned on its head a little bit there by that safety car. That's going to make the run to the flag a little bit more complicated, but we're now effectively back into sprint race mode like we were, where we can just look after the tyres, tuck in behind Leclerc, wait for the opportunity and then bolt, and hopefully we'll be able to pull away from them. We have got to get Behrman through past Max and Porsche. That will be a little tricky. Tyres are out of temperature as well. At least we'll have full batteries. Norris is up there as well, also on his hard tyres. We need to be careful that we don't cook the tyres too much too quickly and give the hard tyres an opportunity to wiggle their way in, but given how much tyre is left and how few laps are left in comparison, I think we'll be fine. Max may be a bit of an issue on those mediums, but again, he's worn them out a bit already. I would expect it to be Porsche in 5th place, battling with Norris. Norris might even take him.
Okay, BSG is ending. BSG is ending. Copy. DRS enabled. DRS enabled.
So we're going to go for a fastest lap attempt here with Behrman. He thought he locked up now. I went for the lunge that I knew he would try and make if I told him to drive in clean air. Porsche is on a full attack mode at the moment as well. Oh, that was the Ferrari. I was wondering what that was for a second then. I was like, the jar shouldn't be slowing down that much. Leclerc has set the fastest lap, which is a 103.8. And the jar has caught him just in time. He's out of battery. Behrman get the fastest lap. There we go. 103.2, 6/10 quicker. Just out of range. Stay with him, Isaac. Stay with him. Just stayed with him. It's close. He's out of range again now, maybe. It's tight. He got it, just. And we've left Norris and Porsche in the dust. Max is down to 6th. That I didn't expect. When the new F1 game comes out, who am I going to start with? My own team. Creator team will be in F1 Manager 24, so I'll be running a series with my own team and then probably playing with the regular teams in the background. Not quite sure why Belishax isn't getting out of the way there, but he will do now. Or he better do. There he goes. Cost us some ground to Leclerc there. I don't know if you're going to be able to switch to another team. I get the feeling it'll be either or. You can either play with one of the regular 10 and switch around, or manage your own team and only be able to manage them. Because they'll be the 11th team on the grid, whereas otherwise it'll be just standard career mode. 10 teams on the grid, and that'll be it. That's my expectation. And that creator team will be a separate mode to add that 11th team in. Right, so we want Behrman to get the move on Hajar to bridge the gap back to Charles Leclerc, and that will allow us to recharge Hajar's battery.
Try to pick up a bit more pace.
Have I ever been to an actual F1 race in person? Only one. Silverstone in 2003. I was in the Brooklands complex. I got to see Schumacher go off right in front of me in qualifying. I also got to see Barrichello overtake Kimi Raikkonen coming out of bridge in the race to take the lead and go on to win the race. If you've got stream lag, are you on an iPad? I know that is something that causes issues.
It's over, push it.
Bumped into a few famous people. Both in and out of Formula One itself. You know, most famous I bumped into in Formula One itself was Sir Jackie Stewart. Most famous non-Formula One, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, we've got the tyre advantage that we need, building up quite nicely now. Getting those batteries recharged. We've got a little bit of spare fuel. We are going to pounce in a couple of laps' time. Okay, just another lap or two. Leclerc's tyres are still burning at a normal rate. Ours are being protected and still keeping with him. Norris has broken away from Porsche. Max has now dropped a long way off the back. I really did not expect that at all. Schumacher's got himself up into 7th. It's been a good race for Schumacher. Russell is still in the points. Piastri down in 14th place. Almost ready.
Trying to get him. Get him.
Does perfecting the setup actually do anything? In 22, not much. Trying to remember exactly what it did in 22. It's been a long time since I played that one. In 23, it does improve your driver's confidence. The higher their setup rating, it helps boost their setup confidence. So in the race, they have a confidence level, and the better the confidence level, the better the bonus stats you get on top of your defaults. And perfecting the setup will... Who's had that yellow?
Now, we've got an incident here, and as I understand it, George Russell's involved.
Oh, Russell and Joe. Yeah, clumsy. Yeah, it's worth it. Setup accounts for 50% of your driver's confidence level going into the Grand Prix in terms of their starting level. So you want to keep that nice and high if you can. Track knowledge and car part knowledge account for 25% each. So if you have a look at the confidence, you'll see a little blue double dot. That indicates my starting level of confidence.
Now we can see what happened. Now Alex Albon is part of this. Well, things are okay at this
going
stage.
for Oscar.
Well, you can see
And
the
he missed him. Right, we need to break away from Leclerc, and we are just not at the moment. Oh, maybe.
Insane.
There we go. Am I planning on doing multiple races? No, we just do one race a night. Because we always run the races at normal speed, times 1 speed. So, each stream is between 2.5 and 3.5 hours long. And that's enough. So it'll be Silverstone tomorrow.
3 laps to go. 3 laps.
Get Hajar ahead and put on always defend. No, because he'll just slow down Behrman and back him up into Leclerc. As it is right now, just about keeping them out of range of Charles Leclerc. But I'm quite happy to just sit like this. We'll push the tyres again on the... I won't run lap 70, aren't we? So, yeah, let's go for it with the tyres again.
Okay, we need to push a bit more.
Stretch that gap again. Another yellow flag. Another crash.
Now, who is that? Now, that looks like Lando
Everyone getting
Norris.
frisky in the last couple of laps. Oh, Norris lapping Gasly, and Gasly's like, oh no, you don't. That's really hurt Gasly's wing. He's missing half of it. God, if Norris gets a penalty for that, that's going to ruin his race. He's going to drop from 4th to 5th. Max is nowhere. Max is absolutely nowhere. Down in 6th place. Max is leading the championship just at the moment, but he's not going to be after today. There we go. We have won the Grand Prix, first and second. Fantastic result. Those new upgrades really worked.
And it's a win for the Alfa Romeo.
Just amazing. I think that's a race that people will be talking about for years to come.
Max is there, nearly 9 seconds off the back of Porsche in the end. Norris didn't get penalised, I don't think. So he will hang on to 4th. Mick will bring it home in 7th. Piastri is not going to get Yuki. So it's 15th place for the defending champion. He's had a horrible couple of weekends.
Wasn't that a fantastic drive from the Alfa Romeo driver?
An inspired strategy from the team there. What a well-deserved win that was.
A great display of team spirit there, as everyone finally gets the chance to share this moment. So then, Karun, in terms of the Alfa Romeo team, how will they be feeling after that?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And that's it for this weekend here in Austria.
For the next round, we're heading back to the heart of the UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle of Formula One.
So there we go. Confirmation of final result. It is a win, his first proper win of the season for Isaac. Ollie in 2nd place with fastest lap. Charles up 2 places to finish in 3rd. Lando, great race for him, up into 4th place. Porsche down a place to finish 5th. Max down 3 to finish in 6th. Just 8 points for him. Excellent race for Schumacher, 5 places. And then Maloney in 8th. So once again, Haas getting both of their cars solid points tonight. Zhou gets a couple more points for Mercedes. Russell just hangs on for the final point. Looking at the bottom half of the grid, there you see Sainz down 3 places to finish just outside the points. Good race from Magnussen, up 6 places. Giovinazzi just behind him as well. Both Williams not doing too bad, but just outside the points. Tsunoda up 3, Oscar up 1 to finish in 15th. Poor weekend for him. Gasly up 4 places. but wasn't expecting a lot for him. Belichick's up 2, Stroll down 4 places, Albon down 8, and Ocon failing to finish. See how the drivers' standings look. Leclerc retakes. Oh no, Leclerc holds on to top spot still. Just. He is 5 points clear of Ollie. If we put Ollie in front of Isaac, Ollie would be leading the championship. But never mind. Max in third have been overtaken by Ollie. 5 points to the gap there as well. Good points this weekend for Isaac. He needed those points, and that's jumped him up 4 places above Norris, Joe, Piastri, and Schumacher. And he is now just 2 points ahead of Lando, but has closed the gap to Max Verstappen. He is 53 points behind. Looking a little bit further down, there you see Schumacher level on points with Zhou, but Zhou's had a higher finish this season. Zhou's had a podium. Why he's ahead. Looking at the bottom half of the standings, Pourchaire and Maloney both climb a place. Solid points for Pourchaire there. And Seitz dropping down a couple of places as a result. Russell gets some more points, but he's lagging behind. And then it's no points, no change for Tsunoda, Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Stroll, Albon, and Belichick. Take a look at the constructors' standings. There you see Red Bull still top, 286 points. Big points for us tonight. We are gaining 59 points for a double 1-2 and the fastest lap. That's very nice indeed. Up to 228 points. We've now got a monster lead over AlphaTauri, when we were behind them just a couple of weekends ago. Now we are 82 points clear. That is awesome. Trying to work out how far behind. We are 56 points behind Red Bull. That's still probably a little unattainable, but who knows how the rest of the season will go. McLaren closed the gap a little bit to AlphaTauri. They are 14 points behind. Haas move above Mercedes with 21 points this weekend over the race sprint and the Grand Prix. Mercedes just getting those 2 points. That's it. Aston, no change for them. They stay 7th on 53. Alpine closed the gap by 1, 4 behind now. Ferrari pick up 4 points in total over the weekend. They're on 28 points, and Williams 5 points further back in 10th. Let's see how things happened in the pit stop challenge. We will not be on the board, I don't think. Yep, it's a 1-2 for Red Bull as expected. AlphaTauri 3rd and 4th. No surprise there. McLaren 5th. Ferrari and Mercedes get both of their cars in there, and Alpine picks up the final point. So let's see what the standings look like. It is 325 points for Red Bull, 219 for AlphaTauri. Oh, how times have changed. They have definitely slumped this season. Not the same pit crew that we left behind, it would seem. Ferrari in 3rd are 30 points clear of McLaren. And Mercedes also picking up 10 points, so no change in the gaps between 3rd to 5th. And then Alpine pick up an extra point on 26. Aston still on 15. Haas still on 10. Williams still on 8. We are yet to score. The slowest stop in the top 10 was a 2.58. Our best stop was a 2.91. So we are still 4 to 5 tenths off getting onto the leaderboard there, unfortunately. We're getting there very slowly. As far as our driver performances go, again, because of the way we ran the race, the numbers aren't completely legitimate. There will be a lot of failed overtakes when they shouldn't have been, but the defence, again, questionable in terms of some of the failed defences, because we ran a lot of it in low defend or don't defend. So 21 and 28 in the overtakes for Isaac, 20 and 13 in defence. Not too bad there. Let's have a look at Ollie. Across the whole weekend, 13 and 13 in overtakes, 15 and 10 in defence. I'm really actually quite pleased to see that despite running in low defence mode for pretty much the entire weekend, they still came out with positive numbers in defending there. Very good to see. As far as the sponsors go, not quite the monster amount of money we made last night, but still pretty good. 4 million, that's 1.6 up on our default base rate. We got the finish position streak, which was just 1 in the top 15 for 2 races. Nice and simple. Got the fastest lap, got 1 car into Q2. And then for the guarantees, we got the finish position, 2 in the top 10. We got 2 in the top 10 qualifying, and both in Q3. Nice. And we've got a spare front wing as well. Get an extra performance point overall for Isaac there. See how our drivers develop in a few days when the next month kicks around. We've got 4 days to go until Silverstone, which will be the final day of the month. And then on the Monday, we'll be getting an email or 2 in our inbox to offer up a new ATR period, I think. We'll be doing a pit crew training, and we'll also be doing taking a look at how our drivers developed. We'll also get an injection of cash from the board, which will help with some extra development / research. Oh, the ATR has started today. Okay. Well, let's leave it here for tonight, and then tomorrow we will pick up at this point, and we'll get some development done, ready for Silverstone, and we will also be remembering Ed tomorrow. So that's it for me for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. If you have, please consider dropping a like. I will be back at the usual time of 8 p.m. tomorrow for the British Grand Prix. So until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.